Everybody, Steph from the Hot Moving Podcast. Stephen A. Smith decides to somewhat chime in on the whole Shannon Sharpe and Shaquille O'Neal beef, right? All this started over the discussion about the MVP being awarded to Jokic when Gilbert Arenas was on Shannon Sharpe's nightcap and mentioned Shaq's name because Shaq went off on TNT. He didn't really go off, but just kind of, he told Jokic that he believed Shaq should have been the MVP while congratulating him. Wrong place, wrong time. So Stephen A. Smith gives his take on it, and it's really not much of a take, right? To the point where he actually plays Shaq's diss track, right? Okay, look, for entertainment purposes, the diss track, the beat was cool, okay, but I'm not gonna lie, man. The way I see it is just the continued hate for Shannon Sharpe has just been like coming from everybody, and more particular, especially people in the black community, obviously other black entertainers, athletes, ex-athletes, whatever it is, right? It seemed like they are all coming for Shannon Sharpe's neck, and why is that? Cat Williams called it. He said that, right? So as we point back to Stephen A. Smith, you work with Shannon Sharpe on First Take. Okay, now Smith said that, this is nothing. This diss track is nothing. There's no real beef or anything like that. I mean, for Shaquille O'Neal to drop a track and in the track to call Shannon Sharpe soft, call him weak, pretty much crapping on his media company and everything. Shaq took the time to do this, to sit down and write the lyrics and really take personal jabs and name calling on Shannon Sharpe, who's worked really hard. Like, listen, we know Shannon Sharpe is not perfect, okay, but a lot of us can sense or can tell that Shannon Sharpe's a good dude from his core, right? Shannon Sharpe reminds me of just like an old school brother or uncle in our family that, keeps it real all the time. He's not hating or anything, just give it to you straight. You know what I'm saying? That's why everybody calls him Unc, because everybody senses that Shannon Sharpe's intentions are mostly good. And when Shannon Sharpe, most of the time when he's wrong, he'll address it. He tries to be fair-minded. He doesn't act like he knows everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and the fact that Shaquille O'Neal got so upset based on something Shaquille O'Neal has said about himself in the past, something that Kobe has said, right? I mean, in a way, it really wasn't an insult, what Shannon said about Shaq. It was kind of like, yo, you were so talented, you were so great. If your work ethic was just a notch better, I mean, you could be mentioned in the conversations of the all-time greats, right? In the GOAT conversation. So it really, he didn't name call Shaq or anything like that, but Shaq took like a childish like approach. And for Stephen A. Smith to say that this conversation between he mentions in his when he's talking about this conversation is above there's two Hall of Famers with multiple championships in their respective sports, that it's above everybody. No, it's not. It's sports. Everybody can look at the data. Everybody can look at the stats. Everybody can hear everybody heard what Shannon Sharpe said. Most people agree with what Shannon Sharpe said. Okay, and then Shaq's response really wasn't much of a response. It was much more him kind of letting out how he really felt. He's using this opportunity to let out how he really feels about Shannon Sharpe. So for Stephen A. Smith, I'm not surprised he took this stance, honestly. He liked Shaq. He mentioned that Shaq wanted me to play this song. He plays the song too, by the way, on the show, which I thought was crazy. I mean, the song is disrespectful to Shannon Sharpe, right? When we're talking about sports and everything, and Shaq is crapping all over Shannon in this song, and you decide to play it on your platform and then say, and round it up, well, hey, Shaq wanted me to play it. There's no beef. It's not that serious. And I'm saying, like, what? Shannon Sharpe, I've talked about this. He's working, if not already signed a new contract with ESPN. And I know Stephen A. Smith's show is not part of the ESPN platform, but let's be real. I mean, Stephen A. Smith is a front-facing guy on ESPN. Therefore, this platform is an extension. So I wonder how Shannon Sharpe feels about this being played on the show. I mean, did Stephen A. Smith say, hey, I'm going to play this song, by the way, on my show, but I'm not really going to address the issue. But, I mean, you didn't. You just played the song. You just kind of added more fuel to the fire and just be like, hey, there's no beef. The song wasn't that bad, guys. Relax. Like, what? So for me, I think the song was very petty and disrespectful and was unwarranted in the shots that he was taking, right? Over a conversation about talking about Shaq, one of the greatest big men to have played this game, right? And just talking about something that Shaq has already mentioned before. So what was the point of Stephen A playing the song then? So this don't make Stephen A look good going forward. Shannon, he's bigger than this. He knows that him continuing this, there's no win-win situation for him, right? Shannon Sharpe has always been forward thinking. He's doing wonderful with Club Shay Shay Nightcap on First Take. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Shannon Sharpe, do I kind of start looking at Stephen A. Smith sideways when he does stuff like this, right? Stephen A. Smith could have either not addressed it or barely addressed it, not play the song, be like, hey, these are two great, good. I know these. Listen, I love both these guys. They're great. Some misunderstanding probably from Shannon Sharpe's end or whatever. Hope this doesn't carry over, right? No, it seemed like he's almost wanting to side with Shaq, if not side with Shaq, to take a dig because he sees that Shannon Sharpe is coming. And he's going to continue to elevate. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Let me get your thoughts about all this. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.